Hey guys, today I'm going to be playing Mushroom Oasis. Basically, your cat goes missing or something around those lines. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. For some reason, it didn't go full screen. There we go. I wasn't in full screen. What's your name? It's Mycheal. What's up? What's your cat's name? Pebbles. I always wanted a cat called Pebbles. Pebbles has been missing for a while now. She was an indoor cat but had the tenacity of a wild cat on a mission trying to leave whenever the door was open. We had a cat like that. His name was Teeny. When we found him, he was teeny tiny, but then he became a really big fat cat who chose violence a lot. Cat, I can't English. Catios and playtime just wasn't enough for the little masseuse. I figured she'd come running if I left out some food by the porch. 3 days later, still no cat. I've tried everything I could think of. Asking around the neighborhood, putting up the missing cat posters. Sadly, nothing came from my efforts. I couldn't reach for her during the day since I had work keeping me occupied. And there's only so many hours in the evening I could yell around the streets looking for her. There was only one place left I could think of that might have ran off to. The woods by the house, right across the street. I've definitely caught her eyeing the birds and squirrels that ran along the perimeter from the front window, her teeth clicking in excitement. I was no outdoorsy person by any means. In fact, the thought of going in there scares me, more little. But I had to find her, or at least try. The first weekend that I came around, I packed up some water, Pebbles' favorite treats, and compass to be safe. I wasn't sure where to even begin looking for her, so I started walking in a straight line, calling out her name every few steps. It certainly didn't take long for me to realize I was way over my head. But did I think this was a good idea? It was hard to find my bearings within the surrounding trees. I didn't want to admit it, I was lost, at least not yet. I could only squint down at my compass as the needle spun slowly. Pretty sure they weren't made to do that. Did I really bring a busted compass on my first venture out in these woods? Good job. Figured that I would just be my luck. The only thing risking my own safety was my own incompetence. I shook my head hastily. No. No time for negativity. Pebbles was out there somewhere, cold, lost, and hungry. I had to keep going. If the cat is that wild, it's gonna be fine. I'm sure. If it was in a city though, it's probably got run over. I'm sorry. It's been hours. I'm so lost. I don't even know why I kept searching even after the moment I realized that. Why did I think this was a good idea? Hunger had been gnawing at my stomach for a while now, missing breakfast and lunch altogether. The heat and humidity from the afternoon sun was unbearable, but the cooling air did nothing to soothe me. Even if I were to head home, I couldn't even pinpoint where that was. What do people do in this situation? I knew it was baseless optimism, but walking onwards was really the only thing I could think of to do. Surely I'd come across something familiar. I trudged on my shoes, carefully avoiding the tree roots intertwining across the forest floor. But in my weakened state, plus the approaching darkness, I found myself stumbling through the rough terrain. My feet hit something soft just out of the ground. Ack! My hands shot out. My hands shot out as I lost my balance. My feet clumsily tried to find purchase as I wobbled backwards, arms flapping. Poof! Cough. Sorry. I had to add that. What? My shoe has landed smack dab in the circle of mushrooms the brunt of it, causing a whisk cloud to erupt from the cluster. I stuck my nose in my elbow to avoid breathing it in. I couldn't differentiate one tree leaf from another for the life of me. I'm pretty sure humans aren't supposed to inhale whatever the hell this is. It smells strongly of rotten wood and wet dirt, even as it cleared. Something shiny quickly caught my attention. I stood down to pick it up, gasping under my breath. It was Pebble's collar. Oh, what a pretty collar. Covered in whatever the hell those mushrooms released. I looked around desperately for any signs of her. Pebbles? Pebbles? No, I'm Hispanic. I gotta go. Mycheal, Mycheal. I coughed from inhaling some of the remaining dust floating in the air. I shouldn't really steer clear of this. Pocketing Pebble's collar, I retreated carefully until I could breathe again. Stepping back, I could still smell it. It must have stuck to my hair and clothes. I quickly once over confirmed my suspicion with a slight cringe. A thin yet generous coating of it covered my sleeve and jeans. I leaned against the tree, dusting off my clothes in a naive attempt to get the dust and smell out. To no avail. If anything, it felt like I'm breathing more of it in. What used to be musty now turned sweet, and I found myself inhaling even deeper, trying to pinpoint the smell. Cucumbers? It smelled like fresh cucumbers. A tingly feeling crept up my hand and neck, prickling, spreading across my limb as a strange heat reaches my face. I started to feel drunk and woozy. My senses were numb. It should freak me out, and yet a strange comfort washed over me. I should lie down. Right now, in fact. My legs gave out from underneath my body, toppling over at an awkward angle. I laid there and stared and stared and stared. It was nice here. A peaceful calm. The perfect place for a nap even. Oh god, my eyes grew heavy as I swam in and out of consciousness. Yeah, a nap sounds really nice right now. Right about now. A little. Oh no. Sorry this happened to you, little guy. By the will of the forest may you rest in peace. Huh? Wait. A human? How'd you end up all the way out here? Still breathing, too. Ah, geez, I can't leave you here. What should I do? I woke up with a jolt. It was warm, but comfortably so. I could feel the weight of the blanket on me, so I tried to sit up. I couldn't. I couldn't move my body. My fingers twitched uselessly as at my side, as my eyes darted around in panic. Glancing about, I could see the interior of a cabin, or at least the ceiling of one. I couldn't see much past the corner of my eye. Where was I? How did I get here? A desperate feeling rose in my chest. I had to leave. Right now. This was wrong. Wrong. I wasn't meant to be here. I could hear the crackling of a fire, nearly like the source of a warmth I had felt on waking up. I could also hear footsteps approaching. Let's save here. Q. I guess. Okay. I don't know. Pretend to be asleep. I shut my eyes quickly, hoping they hadn't noticed. I slowly down my breath, willing my face muscles to stay still. From beside me, someone chuckled softly. Oh, come on. Now, Firefly, I could sense you're awake. Let me see you. Oh! I flirted my eyelids, staring look at the person approaching me. I can't English, but damn, he looks cute. Look at his little mushroom horns. My eyes widen as I look in their appearance, the protruding from their forehead catching my attention. Not to mention the green skin. The stranger didn't sense my unease as they heaved a sigh of relief. You're awake. You're awake. That's good. Very, very good. He's so smiley. How are you feeling? I blinked. Oh, sorry about. I forgot about that. Here. The person held a cup to my lips, a strong sweet smell coming from the room. A gently hand grabbed my chin to open my mouth. I couldn't even move to resist. Don't worry, it'll help you feel better, I promise. Drink up. As the liquid hit my tongue, as I could feel, was a vague sense of heat. As I kept drinking and tasted the texture, returning the sweetness of berries and chamomile coating my taste buds, I could even detect a hint of mint. I lifted my head, finally, hands fisting at the side of I can never English properly. Sighed as I propped myself onto my elbows. The person kept a steady hand on my chin, carefully not to pour in too much in case I choked. I finished every last drop, wiping my mouth with the back of my hand. I stared at my fingers, realizing I had full autonomy over my body again. It's kinda cute. Good. Good as new. Now, how are you feeling? Better, thank you. The stranger laughed. Oh, I like the way you sound. Been ages since I've talked to anyone, much less with a voice as nice as yours. I brushed off their strange compliment, finally looking around the cabin properly. It was a simple room filled with spare wooden furniture, perfect someone living alone. An open archway to the right lead to what I assumed was a kitchen. Across from it, a door was closed shut, possibly a bathroom. Taken in, there was a common theme of knitting decorations strewn about. Any available surface had patterns knitted tablecloths covering it. But when I could peek into the kitchen, the same could be said for the kitchen utensils. An unfinished project lay beside the table where I sat, a pair of knitted needles just out of a pile of yarn from a small basket. As far as I could tell, it looked like the beginnings of a green scarf. A stranger was comfortable in staying silent, observing me as I looked around. Though with their hat off, the horns and ears were impossible to ignore. Oh, he does have big ears. He's like a little, I don't know, elf. Little mushroom elf. They tossed their hat onto the bed, scruffing their hair and making it even more messier. Sorry, but what are you? Oh, I didn't introduce myself, did I? Oh yeah, I don't know why my brain took so long to... Hiya, I'm Mycheal with a Y. I shook my head. No, I meant that, Mycheal stared at me, her left ear twitching. You look very... He snorted. Ugly? Off-putting? No, just different. Different, huh? You're just being nice. Well, then explain yourself. I mean, that kind of rude, isn't it? I pinched the bridge of my nose, inhaling slowly. I'm just... Sorry, it's been a long day, is all. I should be thanking you. If it helps, it's a skin condition? Is that what you humans call them? The way he said it didn't sound confident. And the ears, genetics? Right. And I zoomed a little away vaguely at his horns. Antennas? Those things are just cosplays to complete the look? Would that make me a convincing argument? I squinted. Maybe? Then yeah, it's cosplay. Still doesn't explain everything. Mycheal huffed and nervous laugh. Listen, I'm just a guy living by myself in the woods. You don't need to worry yourself further than that, okay? Something in his tone complete you not to I really want to know how to say that. Not to questioning his existence anymore. He's just some guy living in the woods. Completely normal. Right, completely normal. I'm Shino. Michael beams. Nice to meet you, Shino. I fill it with the blankets as Michael scoots closer from the edge of the bed. I know I already asked, but how are you feeling? Any aches, sores, nauseous? Intrusive thoughts, weird impulses, fever maybe? Oh, why did I skip okay. He placed his hand over my forehead before I could react. His hands were, calloused, quickly retracting as he gave me a thoughtful hum. You seem to be lucid. That's a good sign. Great. I was about to comment on his strange feature when they reminded me of a cat. My cat. Oh shoot. Sorry if this is out of the nowhere, but have you seen my cat around these parts? Her name is Pebbles. She's a sweet little thing about this big, skittish, but she can approach strangers if she needs to. I pulled out my phone to show pictures of her, only to find it missing from my back pocket. Wait, where's... I haven't... Huh? Where Pebbles? I haven't seen it. Oh, I see. I slumped against the pillow, rubbing my temples. She's lost her collar too. Even if anyone finds her, they wouldn't be able to tell where she's from. Damn it. Michael stays quiet, watching me from his side of the bed. You care a lot for your Pebbles. My cat? Of course. To the point where you're willing to run yourself ragged this deep in the forest for a cat? Do you realize how far you wander away from your nearest town? I found you near unconscious in an area nobody sets foot in for years. My cheeks grew heated as how dumb and reckless that sounded. I mean, anyone would for something they care about, right? Michael eases up, shoulders relaxing. He rubs his chin for a moment as if contemplating something serious. Something they care about, huh? He finally tipped his head at me with a smile. It's cool to see someone willing to go this far for a small critter. Not a lot of people came out this far, not even people searching for their lost cats. I've been a while since I've talked to someone, so the conversation's nice too. I think I'm starting to like you, Shino. Thanks? He smiled, widened, but something about it was off. It was showing too much teeth and it felt stiff. I rubbed my neck, trying to think of something else to say. Can I ask you, how did you get here? How did I get here? Oh, like I said, I found you in the woods not far from here. Oh geez, really? I knew I was tired, but I couldn't have possibly, I did step in something important. Familiar pin pricking crept up my skin. Home. I need to go home. Michael stiffened as he grabbed my shoulder. Never mind that. You've fallen unconscious from heat stroke. Heat stroke? No, that wasn't what happened. It wasn't. I was fine until... Michael shook his head, insisting, leaning close. No, Firefly, you weren't fine at all. If I hadn't found you were when I did, well, you know, who knows what could have happened. There's dangerous wild animals in these woods, bears, for example. They could have snapped you right up. Bears? No, he was right. You've always heard news of bears sightings around the neighborhood. Not to mention the many warning signs you'd seen by the roadside on your expeditions in search of your cat, and to go in the woods without bringing any water, passing out from heat stroke of all things? How could you have been so dumb? I shook my head, brain too foggy to pick apart my thoughts. He sounded confident, so why should you doubt him? I see here what you gave me. That drink you gave me was some kind of potion that makes me believe whatever you say. Huh? Am I right? I'm guessing I'm right. Oh, well, if it means anything, I'm glad you were there. Michael relaxed his hand on his lap once more. He grinned at me. Am I, I'm definitely glad I found you. Oh, he blushes blue. He blushes blue. Interesting. His eyes were hidden fully behind his unruly hair, but I couldn't help feeling how intense they were fixated onto me as he said that. Well, he's been lonely for who knows how many years. The hair on the back of my neck stood up. Sure, without a distraction. I've only just realized how comfortable I was sitting still. The blanket on me was starting to itch, just as the desperate need to get home began to rise in me again. This was nice, but I should really get going now. Wait! My host jumped up from the bed before I could. I mean, I can't just let you wander around the woods this late. Please, stay a bit longer. I did the thing too early. But, okay, so I was wondering, but I didn't click on the button again. It's because it like cuts you off. Like, you're talking to someone and all of a sudden they go like, wait a minute! It just cuts you off. It's like, Wait, he grabbed my hand and led me across the room. We stepped into the kitchen, a fragrant smell of cooked potatoes, meat hanging in the air. 2 plates had been set up on a small circular table, complete with utensils and mugs of tea. I wasn't expecting guests today, so the food is nothing fancy, but join me for dinner? He looked so hopeful, ears drooping. You'd feel so sad if you had to say no. Again, let's say yes. Michael's jaw dropped for a second before he quickly recovered. Yes, of course, here, come sit. I'll serve up some cotton pie in a minute. I said, instructed, my stomach rumbling something fierce as the smell was the only thing I could focus on. Yes, this was definitely the right choice. It was important that you had to leave so soon. You're forgetting. The outside world can wait. You could stay here and enjoy my company. Oh, actually, I should ask, are you okay with meat for dinner? I could make something else for you if that's not your preferred. Oh, wait a minute. Did he catch my cat and cook it? I'm okay with that meat. Okay, you'll be having the same dinner as me then. Michael's pattered around the small kitchen with almost giddy excitement. He puts a pair of knitted oven mitts humming as he stood down and pulled a steaming tray of pie from the wooden stove. Smell! It filled out the kitchen in an instant as he brought it to the table, my stomach rumbling louder in response. He is kind of cute though. Licky, he has like braids on his hair. Cute. I wanna draw him. He's cute. Adorable little bit. I'm pretty sure Michael could hear it, but he just smiled as he served up our portions. He discreetly cut me a big piece, which I was grateful for. It looked so good. The crust was nice golden colors, streaked with crisped lines, and garnished the meat and veggie filled with absolutely delectable and savory sauce leaking onto the plate. Give me a second, my glasses got a little dirty. I need new glasses, gosh darn. That's why I keep messing up my reading. My glasses, they're a little old and damaged, so sometimes I read a word and it's not that word. It's like, oh wait, I read that wrong. The blur is in my glasses. My mouth was watering, unsurprised considering the fact I hadn't eaten all day. Careful now, it's still hot. It was fair advice, but I didn't wait more than I had to blow before biting into my first forkful. It was definitely way too hot to eat straight from the oven. Mycheal kept a polite expression to corner of his mouth, lifting as I panted with the piece still in my mouth. He gave me a few seconds to recover, elbow planted on the table. Is it good? I nodded vigorously, even though my buds were burning. Mm-hmm. I couldn't taste anything. He laughed. You're a little better on the second bite. I slowed down, hand on my mouth, as Mycheal poked his fork into his own slice. I tentatively, I can't English, blew on the pie to make sure it was cool before taking another bite. He was right. The second bite was a lot better. The seasoned potato crust was nice and crisp on top, cheesy and creamy in the middle, the savory meat filled with the well-cooked and burst with flavor. Every bite felt like home. My host watched me enjoy the meal from across the table. Do you like it? Yeah, this is amazing, Mycheal. He flushed from the compliment, rubbing the back of his neck. I'm glad. I like to think of myself as a decent cook, but I never been able to get anyone else's opinion on that. I'm sorry if you guys hear the trash man arriving so late. I'm sorry. Well, he's not late. He's actually on time for once. He's been coming early to take out my trash. These 2 weeks he came early to take out the trash, and I was not up. I was still not awake, and I didn't get a chance to throw away my trash, and now he decides to come in time? Dang, bro. I took out the trash early today. Like, early. You like baking in particular? Not always. I usually go for simple dishes with any ingredients available. I nodded. Amicably? What is that? Though it didn't say much else. I was more focused on scarfing down dinner, which thankfully Mycheal didn't seem to mind. The overall atmosphere was nice and homey. Isn't it homely? And I could hear Mycheal's tapping his feet from underneath the table. I guess he was that happy to have someone stay for dinner. It did seem like he was living along, judging from the surrounding in his cabin, so he perked up, instantly his focus only on me. What made you want to live all the way out here? The place seems very isolated. Oh, well, when you look like me, it's kind of easier to just live out of sight from everyone else. A pang of guilt shot through my chest. I was just giving him a hard time about how he looked, too. He must have sensed it clear as day on my face. Not that you're not one of them. You've actually been nice to them most. Though I wonder if... He smiled, turned strained. Never mind. My point is, it's never been here. My point, it's been better here than anywhere else. Why don't you try that tea, Firefly? I love how he calls you Firefly. That is so cute. You seem uncomfortable right now. Easing into a different topic, it's probably best to follow along. Oh, sure. I reached out towards my mug, only to push it off the edge with my clumsy fingers. Wait! I bent over the side to grab it, fully expecting it to fall just out of reach and land on the floor, its broken pieces. It never did. A long green appendage was twisted around the ceramic mug, securely keeping it in place. Not even dropped had fallen out. He has a little mushroom tail. My head's in the gutter. My eyes trailed along the length until I pinpointed that it came from behind Mycheal. The rest of it's partially hidden beneath the cork. I did not read that. Mycheal? Is that yours? I. Mycheal buried his face in his hand, the strange appendage from before lowering to his side, mug in tow. He has a cute tail, though. He's a little mushroom tail. I'm sorry, Shuna. I think it's time I was honest. Oh! He lifted his head, fingers, carting his hair back to reveal his eyes. Interesting. I froze as too. No, multiple pair of irises stared right into mine before darting to the side to avoid my gaze. He has how many eyes? 1, 2. He has 3 pairs of eyes. I know it's a lot to take in, but this is the real me. Please don't be scared. Remain calm. Why would you freak out? He's a precious baby boy. My grip on the kitchen utensils tightens. He looked freaky, yes. It felt unsettling every time he blinked, though. Eyes in succession, even he wasn't looking at me. But he also looked sad. I swallowed thickly. I'm not scared. Mycheal's many pupils blew wide, dilated like an excited wildcat. That is kind of weird. His bottom eyes. That's weird. It looks like he has like little cats. Little cats. And like a little nose right there. Meow. Anyways. It sent a shiver up my spine. Okay, maybe just a little bit scared. Sorry. He hastily grabbed an empty plate and hid behind it, shoulders scrunched up despite his stature. Would it help if I just hide it? I could fix my hair like before if that's what you prefer. His voice was muffled behind the ceramic barrier between us. It was kind of endearing. I slowly reached out to touch his hand. He brushed my fingertips, making him jump in place. Mycheal? Yeah? Can you put that down? He slowly lowered the plate. His eyes were still darting to the side, avoiding me. Can you look at me? Ah, precious baby boy. Wholesome babe. Don't look at me like that. Sorry, I just got caught up in your eyes. This was so awkward. His hands were shaking. I looked down at the mug, still floating next to him, hanging up on fraudulent life. I reached over and plucked it straight out of his grasp. What? I tentatively took a sip, noticing how Mycheal was watching me over the rim of the mug. The tea was mildly spicy, with almost earthly bite to it. Bite? I recognized it instantly as ginger tea. It's almost room temperature, but still pretty good. Huh? You want me to try the tea, right? I like it, thank you. Oh, I'm glad. Mycheal relaxed back into his seat, following my lead as I picked up my fork once more. The silence didn't last long as Mycheal fidgeted. Are you really okay with this? With me? I gave him a ounce of once over, really taking in his features, his skin, his horns, his tail, his eyes. It's very different than what I'm used to, but I think I can learn to like it. Is that weird to say? I mean, you're not bad to look at. I'm actually kind of, damn it, what do I say? Attractive, unique. No, I'm just kidding. I would never call anyone hot unless they Ryan Reynolds stuff. I'm just kidding. What happened? Oh, I can go back and forth. Oh, like that. That's cool. I like it. Attractive. You are attractive. I'm not gonna lie. You are attractive. You think I'm attractive? Yes. Yeah. Oh, my point is, your appearance shouldn't matter. You've been nothing but kind to me so far. I'd be the worst kind of person to judge someone based on how they look. Exactly. You thinking just like me. I like personality, not your looks. A little bit of the looks, but not much. I have I haven't known you that long, but you seem like a good person. You're fine, Michael. I smiled at him. We're fine. Michael's face has darkened to a deeper azure shade by the time I was done talking. Ah, he got blue. I see. He fidgeted some more before nodding and smiling a bit. Thank you, Shino. I'll cherish this moment forever. He beamed at me as he enthusiastically went back to eating his food. Not gonna lie, that's kind of weird. It's still kind of weird. Like the eyes, like two pairs of eyes. Weird. That was something. He continued with a bite of small talk. A bite of small talk. Wow, English good. A bit of small talk, mostly stories about pebbles or snippets from my personal life. Michael hung onto every word I said, not bothering to elaborate much about himself despite my burning curiosity. I could tell he was extremely insecure about his appearance, so it was probably the best I keep my questions to myself for tonight. We cleared up the kitchen in see how I can read so fast and then a word that I don't say much comes up and then I mess it up. We cleared up the kitchen in relatively silent. Michael's storing. I say storing a lot. Storing. I don't know why I thought I said story. Storing away the rest of the pie as I washed the dishes by the sink. Being out here in the remote cabin, I wonder how he had running water. Maybe I'll ask him later. So, thank you for dinner. No problem. Oh, and please take the bed for tonight. But, you're my guest, and like stopping you from complaining. You're my guest, and I'm the host. Take the bed, okay? Thanks, Michael. I'll leave first thing in the morning. Michael got quiet, staring at the floorboards. With his hair out of the way, I could finally read his expression. He did seem upset. Is that okay? I need your help, obviously, but I have to get going at some point. His tail flicked behind him. Yeah, I'll bring you home tomorrow morning. I heaved a sigh of relief. Thank you, Michael. I'll see you in the morning. Yeah. Good night, Shino. Good night, Michael. He seemed really happy being able to say that. I plopped myself down onto Michael's bed, getting comfy beneath the blanket. Michael was gathering some blankets of his own to make a makeshift bed on the floor in front of the fire. He had an impressive collection of knitted items, a comfortable nest forming in the center of the room. Mycheal trailed off after his tail, now out in the open as it flicked and swayed. Kind of like a cat. I miss Pebbles. Is that Pebbles? Is Michael actually No, I'm not. It's not Pebbles. Now with a full stomach, dozing off came easy. I didn't even realize how tired I was. I listened to the gentle cracking of the fire, my visioning darkening. Oh yeah, everyone's like that. It's like, you're fine. Oh, what? Hey, oh, hold on. Good night, Shino. Back up. That's the end of the day for Mushroom Oasis demo. Ah, right, it's the demo. I forgot this was the demo. Oh, I forgot this was the demo. It's because the word demo wasn't in the thing. It is cute though. It is cute. For some reason, I thought I was gonna get, I don't know, attacked. I do know this is like, this is for Yandere. Give me a second here. I have to pull it up. and I closed it for some reason. I'm the big dumbs. This was for an event that they were doing. Ah, yeah, here we go. Yandere Jam 2023. So this is a Yandere game for sure. And he does of course have secrets. It looks like you stay with him for a couple of days. Like, of course he's not gonna let you out. Definitely not gonna let you out of his home. He likes you. He doesn't want you to leave. But yeah, it looks good. It's fun. Like, if one day the full game comes out, I might actually like get it because I'm really bad at reading out loud. But if you guys like this, I'll definitely get it when it's fully out because it looks like fun. It definitely looks like a lot of fun. Anyways, that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye.